So I was planning this cross-country trip from Maine to Key West, and I decided I wasn't going to use my cheapo tent that I bought 2 years ago that's just kind of lost its ability to hold water out, and also it's super heavy. So I went looking around for a tent, and I did try a tent from Cabela's. It's their brand Ascend, and it was just junk. And it wasn't freestanding either, which was a big deal to me, because sometimes when you're camping, you want to be able to set up your tent, and you may not be able to get tent stakes in. And that's the case here, where I am in Big Pine Key, Florida, because the ground is basically a ginormous piece of coral. And it was also at another place I went to where they had a platform you had to pitch your tent on. So let me show you around the Big Agnes Blacktail Hotel 2. So this is a 2-person tent, and I opted for the larger Rainfly so that I can store my gear. So here it is, and this is not a paid review. So this is real world. We don't have any doctoring up of anything. I've basically been using this tent now for a couple weeks on the road every night, and I am thoroughly impressed with it. I'm going to go over a few things that I like about it, and then I will show you how easy it is to take down and put up. First off, with this hotel quote-unquote feature, it's basically a vestibule that is there to allow you to be able to stash your gear. Now, it doesn't add a lot of weight to the tent itself, and this part of the tent is not freestanding. You do have to put a stake in to hold it out, but it's not necessary. If you can't stake, you can still have that there and just stash your stuff under there. It'll just kind of lay on it. The other thing that's really nice about the Rainfly itself is that on the other side of the tent, this pocket can be pulled out, which allows you to have a little bit of a separation between the wet outer layer and your body if it's touching the edge of the tent. So here's a tour inside. We'll come inside. We've got all my gear here, and I left my cot set up inside so you could see the length of the inside of the tent. This is a 6'6" cot. I am 6'4", so obviously that is a big deal to me. I need to make sure that my tent and cot will fit inside. I have a lot of back problems. That's why I do need to sleep on a cot. And yes, it is pink. I got it on sale. You can see inside this tent, there are gear pockets everywhere. There's 2 of them on the top, and the entire top of the tent is mesh, along with the tops of the sides. These are really nice, especially down here in Florida, where it's like a level of Hades with the heat temperatures. Allows for really good ventilation. Even with the Rainfly on, you can see that there is a really good amount of space between where air can come in and water would be running off. One really nice thing about this too is all the seams are taped, so there's very little chance of any rain coming in. There's a door on one side, and then the main door right here that allows you to either come and go on that side or this side. Because of the way that the other vestibule is set up, you can actually use that area to stash some of your bedside items and then zip up to keep the insects out. There's also some hooks and stuff on the inside that allow you to attach accessories. They sell a gear hammock. I actually opted for the LED battery lights. I really like them. The poles are made out of a very lightweight aluminum, and they're pre-curved. There's 3 poles that come with it, and one very short one that fits on the top right here. There's also 2 flaps for breathability on the inside, and these actually have a little bit of a standoff that you can deploy with Velcro to allow even more ventilation. They really thought of everything with this tent, including things like that, but also the fact that if you're setting up in the dark, the stakes are flanked with a piece of reflective material, and everything is color coded. So for a tent that's around $250, it is a pretty good deal, and it's a really nice tent. It's very strong, it's waterproof, it's super easy to set up, very fast and efficient. You can get it set up in probably less than 5 minutes. I've set this up in the dark quite a few times now, and it's super easy. Let me show you. can see now the tent without the rain fly. The only way that you connect these things to it is these clips. Very lightweight, nice aluminum poles. There's just one cross pole. You can opt not to use this, but I like it because it keeps the mesh out and the rain fly from touching it. Let me show you how fast it is and easy to take down this part of the tent. Done. So completely packed up. It's about less than 6.5 pounds. The rain fly, the poles, the stakes, and the accessory footprint, and even the LED lights fit into the same bag, no problem. It's very packable and stuffable. Once it's completely together, it's a little under 30 inches long, so it will fit on most motorcycles without an issue. They do make a shorter compressed version for mountain biking, but the poles are 12 inches in length, and to me, I was a little nervous, especially camping somewhere here where it's super windy. I didn't want to have a problem. All in all, I don't think you can beat the value and the quality of this tent, especially for motocamping, because it's so small, so fast to set up, so versatile, and it gives you a place to keep your gear out of the weather. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my review. As always, like, comment, and subscribe, and ride safe.